another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butt of this squad.
Yeah. What up?
Hope everybody's having a good week.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Easter Sunday, I think,
Yeah, it is
this
Easter Sunday.
weekend.
This weekend. Yeah. Happy
Did
Easter,
you
everybody.
used to celebrate Easter? Like, do the Easter egg hunt and stuff?
Yes. It was big when my grandma was alive.
Okay.
The whole family made it like it was a thing. I remember always having to get dressed into something. I remember in particular one little green outfit I had. Like a look kind of like that green
Like a
actually.
little suit?
Like, it was a suit. It was a little suit. It had a little vest and a little green jacket and little green pants. I remember that vividly. And then like running around trying to look for eggs.
You know, black people are notorious for pulling out the hot comb, the blue magic, getting your outfit ready for church.
Holy shit,
And
blue
then
magic.
I'm just saying, many a neck's been burnt up
Man, that
trying to.
took me back.
Yeah, so Easter Sunday was a big thing too for us.
Yeah.
I won't say it's like huge, but it was a thing.
Hmm.
But as I got older and when I first had my daughter, I was like, okay, let me do it. And then after a while, honestly, I was like, I don't understand. Like, if we ain't talking about Jesus, we ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah, what's with
So
the eggs?
yeah, what am I doing? Eggs is too expensive to be even
Facts.
trying to hunt for them unless you get the plastic eggs. But I don't think we've never done Easter for a trade.
Thinking about that,
Never.
yeah, that's never been a thing.
Yeah, because I never did it.
Yeah.
I don't. My dad was really big on, or he was really good with like making his own baskets for all of us.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he would make his
There's a lot of
own
y'all too, so I can
basket, like
imagine
five
that's
baskets. Yep,
crazy.
and we all had stuff in it.
You think he still got it in him now to like
Who
make
want to
all you
do?
guys
No,
baskets?
why would he make grown ass
What do you think he would
kids
put it?
baskets?
What do you think he would put in it
I
for you
will
if you're a grown
hope.
person?
I would hope he'll put in some money, and then instead of like candy, he can do like Tums and stuff for some of us
Just
who's
fucking
gotten
hilarious.
heartburn. But yeah, my
That's
dad was
good.
really good at that stuff, so he would create his own baskets for us.
We
Cheaper that way.
Yeah, I guess it would be, huh? Because whenever we got baskets, it was always from like my mom going somewhere and
Yeah, like
getting
with
the
the plastic wrap and
big
just
ass
yeah,
plastic wrap. I remember
we've all
having
had
a
that.
Spider-Man themed one that I liked a lot. That one I remember a lot. Be like, oh, it's Spider-Man and this one's mine. And my brother got a Batman one, and I think my sister got a either Care Bears or it was Barbie. It was one of those two
Gotcha.
that I do remember. But it was a decent thing around the house. And then after my grandma died, it was like all hopes and dreams shattered, and nobody cared about any holiday at that fucking
You
point.
gotta care about it. Shoot, one person don't stop the rodeo.
Yeah, you would think. You would think. I guess that one person might have been too much glue in the book to
I
keep everything
don't know.
together, man.
You listen. You
Yeah,
got to make your own traditions
that
and
is
stuff.
trippy. I never even thought about that. We really haven't done Easter for him.
I don't do Easter because it ain't talking about the. If I'm not going to church or talking about the resurrection,
Yeah,
and I think people are fake when they only go to church twice a year, and that's for Easter and Christmas. I think it's fake.
that's fair.
So, like, if I was to do Easter, quote unquote, it would be going to church,
Yeah,
and I would be already going to church.
right.
And again, if we ain't talking about the resurrection, then I don't see the point of doing this egg stuff.
What's with the bunny?
I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense. But earlier this week on Monday, we saw Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Jeff Bezos side piece. They entered the Blue Origin.
Side piece is crazy.
They saying she looked like Kris Jenner,
Ooh, I haven't
but
seen
with
this
long
lady.
hair. She's very
With long hair.
Botoxy. That's what she's giving.
Okay.
Yeah, but they all boarded the Blue
Origin,
Origin.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's owned by Amazon, Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
and they did their 11-minute trip to and from
Yeah.
space. Now, this is the thing. I was wondering what the hell they did to convince Gayle King to get in there
Uh,
because when they were ringing the bell to get inside the capsule, she looked terrified.
she looked scared.
She looked
I
petrified.
did
Like, why
see.
the fuck am I doing
I
this?
did see them doing the walk and ringing the bell.
Everybody was trying to be all extra, and Gail was like, "Listen, I don't know what y'all think this is." So for me, I was like, I believe that y'all was actually going to space because Gail convinced me. But as I watched videos, I was like, people were saying like CGI, and then when they landed, you're only supposed to be able to open it from the outside, but someone opened it when they were inside.
Uh,
There's a video of someone opening it and then someone
really,
coming over and being like, "Hey,
things
whatever."
malfunction, and I mean, I don't know. Look, they didn't go to like space. They're not
They
like
just went there the outer
it's
atmosphere
like
or what?
it's something like that. I think it's called troposphere if I remember correctly. I could be off, but I believe it's the troposphere. So it's right at the edge of like before you get into satellite space,
I
which
wonder how
is
long it takes to get to space.
I think they said 30 to 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
But it takes us. Hold on. But it takes us like 24 hours just to get to like. If I wanted to go to Florida,
Yeah.
what is that? Is like what the
Rocket
hell?
fuel is a bitch, and you fighting against gravity, you got a lot of rocket
Well,
fuel.
I want to say this. Like, I wonder how much you guys spend on that.
Billions,
For
absolute
what?
billions, absolute
For
billions.
what?
Well, I mean,
Just to
first
say,
off,
Blue Origin's first female
basically,
astronauts. Not
you
come
know,
on. For 11 minutes, we could have
we're
did
like
something else.
in the middle of a constitutional
Yeah.
crisis, people. Like you know what I mean? Read the room.
I was like, really? What was the point of this? We could have did like the other people did and been the Hollywood set.
Yeah, yeah, because there's so many people that think the moon landing just didn't happen and shit. So
I don't know. Well, but people feel like when they had the video inside, it was definitely people feel like it was
really,
CGI. Yes, it
it
looked like it to me.
I think a lot of people can't like grasp the fact that there is this blue dot in the middle of a void of black space.
Hmm.
And when you look at it from like an astronaut's perspective, you're either going to have one or two reactions. You either think it's going to be unbelievable, meaning like I don't know if it's real or not, right?
Hmm.
Or unbelievable because it like grounds you as a
Yeah.
person. Uh, I see the footage. I've seen footage of like William Shatner doing the same run. They do the same run, basically the same, go up to the same height and shit. It looks exactly like how I have known it to look for decades. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
big blue ball floating around in a sea of nothing, and that's what you get and see. If you think that's fake, that's
No,
on
a
you.
lot of
Not
people.
you, but that's
Yeah, a
on you.
lot of people think that it's fake, but it doesn't matter. Fake or not, there's been billions spent on whatever they fucking did. So that ain't fake.
So they still spent the money. So
Yeah,
what?
some
That's
money was spent.
a good
So
point.
like, did they go? Did they not? You might as well go
That's a good
if you're
point.
gonna spend billions.
That's a good point.
I just know that I thought it was real in the beginning
Uh huh.
when I saw how petrified that older black lady
It was
was
real.
because
I think I saw a clip of like Katy Perry kissing the ground and shit.
she kissed it. Okay, so on Twitter, Wendy said Katy Perry went to space. Can we send her back? People don't really like Katy
No,
Perry
yeah, I don't know
anymore.
what she did to make
Well,
people upset.
when she was on that like voice show, the singing show,
Uh.
she low key like kind of molested this like underage kid. She made him kiss her. Yeah. So people are running stuff
Oh,
like that back.
that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, well
So
that makes
people
sense.
are running that stuff back.
Okay, well that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. That ship her back off to space, I guess, if that's what you feel.
I don't know. She kissed the girl who get like I was just like, but Gail kissed the ground too. She was scared.
My question now is to you: would you do it?
I'm not going to space.
You wouldn't take that 11-minute trip or whatever the fuck it was.
I would after like 200 trips. Like I don't trust nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
I need to happen multiple times.
yeah, yeah,
Like how I've got on a plane after like 100 years of a plane being like invented. Like that's what
yeah.
it's gonna take.
So maybe you're gonna get on a rocket ship in another 100 years. You'll be okay with it. That's fucking
If
hilarious,
my fucking stack allows
man.
me to be in a nice
My stack.
little body, then yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
All right, I would totally do it. You know me though.
Yeah.
It's space is like the ultimate thing.
Mhm.
So I would totally do it. But again, they're not at actual like satellite space. They're at like the I think it's troposphere.
That's all they can do.
They
They're
can
not
like
gonna. You have
drop
to
and kind
spend
of
way more money if you're gonna go
a
further
lot more
out.
fuel.
Yeah.
You got to have a plan on where they're gonna land because the Earth is rotating also at the same time. Like
Just
there's a lot to like.
just on the don't we have a space
What
don't we have a space thing?
thing like a program or
No, where people are at right now.
oh a
Come
space
on now.
station?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
international space
Xenon
station.
is. Xenon is
Xenon.
fun.
Zoom,
Where they
zoom, zoom.
at? Where they at, they can go there.
I mean, maybe, but then that's mostly just for the International Space Station, like practices and shit,
I'm
whatever
gonna be
they're doing.
honest, I feel like it's really big, so there's enough space.
Maybe we're getting ready to sink that in another couple of years. It's gonna go right into the ocean. There's this place.
Why?
There's a because we're building and setting up another one. We've built with I believe it's like India, China. There is Russia. There's like France and England and a bunch of other like countries. We all are building another one that's a lot more massive. It's gonna go further out into another Lagrange point.
Question: when you sync something,
Hmm.
are you at that point once it dips? Do you just pull it out?
No, they leave it. There's what's it's called? I think Nomad or No Man. It's No Man's Land, but there's like a acronym
Yeah,
also
there's
for it.
a. But is that where the aliens are so that they can have their own
Who
little piece?
knows? You know, giving them back their tech and shit. Who knows? No, there's. It's the most uninhabited place on Earth.
Because of all the freaking like
So maybe.
nuclear like
Yeah, we've dumped almost every single one of the spaceships. Any spaceship really has been dumped there. Just if it falls out of orbit, satellites that fall out of orbit and shit, we kind of direct them to go into that
that's
place or
sick.
whatever. Maybe there's some cool, crazy alien tech in that area. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel like they don't just dump it to dump it. There's something going on.
Government conspiracies all the time, people.
There is something going
If they
on.
fake the moon landing, they'll fake this too.
I wonder who's the first conspiracy theorist? Judas.
No,
I'm just thinking
maybe.
because
Judas
like
is fucking
who
crazy
and,
too.
and just like to pass that up, but like who thought like the moon landing is fake? Like who
Somebody,
thought about that in the '60s?
I don't know. Somebody did. Somebody was like, it was fake. It was just a race.
Because we
It
have
just
television.
maybe,
Set?
maybe. I don't know. It's weird how like older. I'm not trying to rag on old people, but like how ignorant old people
You're
were
an ageist.
back then. I mean, if a doctor can prescribe a cigarette to you, we're doing something wrong.
Were
Back
they?
in the day, yeah, they were
Oh hell
even when
no.
you were pregnant, they would like subscribe. They would subscribe,
Not
prescribe.
subscribe.
Excuse me, subscribe.
Subscribe?
That was a Freudian slip for y'all. Uh, they would prescribe like cigarettes to women when they were pregnant. They would prescribe lead pills to help lose weight, and that
Please, Lord
completely like
Jesus.
poisons you. Yeah, so we didn't know shit back then. It makes sense. Somebody was like, it was fake.
It's like, what? Who's this asshole in the background? Just like, and then people follow along. And it makes sense because we had so many follow the leader ass bitches back in the day, all these cults that were able to come up.
That is true.
Like, that is from their
Helter Skelter
generation.
type shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they'll believe anything. Also, earlier this week, we got the Luther music video that dropped.
yeah. We
Oh my
did.
goodness. Um, I thought it looked great. It people were comparing the Luther, just comparing what Drake had put out, the Nokia,
Yeah, Nokia.
to like Kendrick.
Hmm.
So it did look different. I mean, he did have some black and white as well because he does black and white a lot
He's
for
always done
his
black and
music.
white. Yeah.
So people believe that Drake was trying to do the same thing.
Look, Nokia looks exactly like it's taken bits and pieces out of Not Like Us in particular, the video for Not Like Us in particular. And Luther as a whole feels like a whole nother vibe to me. When I had watched Nokia, I got a sense of desperation, and when I watched Luther, I got a sense of like black love. It was it was
Black
interesting,
love.
just love. It was
Yeah.
interesting to me, and I liked it.
You know, I'm gonna say if my man is a rapper, I'm on the video. You don't need no other. You're not gonna have no other girl.
I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Why get somebody that kind of looks low key like me? But I mean, to me, Whitney looks better. And I'm not trying to rag on his like the lady that
yeah.
was
Yeah.
in it, but I'm just like, why not put her in it? I would have. I'm in it.
I think Whitney prefers on most occasions to be behind the camera.
Says who?
I think that's what has been said in the interview.
I'm not.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be remembering that incorrectly. But if I want to say if I think yeah, she was said something around the lines of like being behind the camera is a lot more interesting. And I mean, she's on set anyway.
I
You know
want
what
to be
I'm
in front of the camera. So you
saying?
know, like you ain't gonna be all chummy with somebody in their face where they
That's
can smell
fair.
your breath.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
want to
fair.
be close to because we can do extra stuff.
You
You know what I'm
know what I
saying?
mean? We
There's
really add to the
extra.
black love.
Yeah. You know what? And
That's good. That's good.
so with SZA's like counterpart on the music video, he don't look like the nigga from the Last Dragon.
Ty Mac.
Yeah, he looks like I. Unless he had a son that looks just like him.
Yo.
And who named that man Time? Was it Time?
Ty Mac. Yeah, Taimak.
Jesus Christ.
Or it's like Ty
I
Mac
think
or
he's like
Tamik or something like that.
he's biracial too. I
Yeah,
believe I
yeah,
saw
yeah, yeah.
some kind of interview, but I was like, that's not him. I know it can't be because
That's not him.
the man's skin is pulled back.
Jesus
It's tight.
Christ.
So I was like, do he got a son? Because this man looks like him.
I
And I
mean,
think I seen him before, like he's a model or something, but he
maybe.
looks just like
I, I,
him.
I honestly, I
Y'all
didn't
wasn't
even
looking.
notice. No,
What?
mostly because it's SZA on the screen. I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at
You
SZA.
got to look at everything. I'm looking at the bitches and the niggas.
I get it, but it's SZA.
Do you feel like there was a lot of hidden gems because Kendrick tends to do the hidden gems?
Yeah, there's
Really, I
always.
couldn't even tell.
I think
I'm
there's
like,
always things when he's shooting off in the corner and
yeah.
shit, and the fact that there's a red tarp over the G and X, and I think there's a lot of symbolism there, or at least a sprinkle enough to keep everybody guessing.
I'm
And
so tired. I can't guess no more. He's always doing some Where's Waldo ass shit, and
that's
I'm not gonna
funny.
be guessing.
It's so funny that people are like, we're tired of the guessing and
I
shit, and
am.
like
Tell
fans
me.
who have been listening since like overly dedicated in the K dot tape, like
Yeah.
me, have been like, this is him all the time. You can't
Well,
get tired
the
of it.
problem is like when you do a crossword puzzle, right,
Mm.
and the answers on the back, you're hoping that at one point in time, so he's gonna be like, "Oh, let me just tell you on this video."
No,
No, you
no.
can't do that. This ain't you ain't God.
He's
You don't wait until Judgment Day to tell me all the secrets to life.
he's like uh, what a superstar should be in the way of adding and having mystique. You know, I think that's what also helps with the whole Easter egg hunt when it comes to any of his stuff. It's his own personal mystique.
Yeah, it
We
is.
don't get anything from Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But when we do, it's you start to pick apart everything because there's so much involved.
I think this was a great time to drop the music video
Yeah.
because the tour kicks off on tomorrow,
Yeah.
so Saturday.
Yeah.
So I think that was great. I can't wait to find out what um is he gonna have like a car on the stage? He's doing stadium tours. What extra stuff we
It's gonna
get?
be crazy.
It is, man.
It's
I
gonna be
can't wait.
because if it was anything, if it's anything like what the what's the prior album to this, it's escaping my mind right now. Oh, Mr. Morale and the
Yeah.
Big
Hmm.
Steppers. If it's anything like that tour, and with the energy of the pop up, we're in for something entirely different and special and crazy.
And I've never been to a rapper's like a soul rapper's like concert.
Uh-huh.
Like, I've been to like summer jam.
Yeah.
So at that time Diddy was performing
Ah,
stuff. But like I've never
take
been
that, take that.
to a rapper because he'll perform. He's a performer,
Hmm.
so I have to give like Diddy that.
Yeah.
A lot of rappers are not, so I don't want to see you just and Kendrick doesn't do that, which
No.
I'm so excited for.
Yeah, there's going to be an absolute stage show, which
Yeah,
is important to me. I'm excited about personally. I feel like whatever's going to happen is going to blow our socks off, and it's going to be what we've expected.
I'm
You know what I
so
mean?
excited for next month.
Me too. Me too. I'm very excited. I'm really excited to go see him. I have not stopped looking and wearing my LA hat because I can't wait.
Lord.
I'm a
You
big fan.
have you ever wanted to do like Coachella? Was that ever like a thing you thought about doing?
Uh,
Because when did Coachella come out, like 2011 or
yeah,
something?
it was back then.
Yeah, it's been like 10,
Yeah, when
15
I was in
almost years.
college,
Yeah,
it seemed interesting, but there weren't any placements at that time for like rappers. It wasn't that
yeah,
big.
it
It was
was
a lot
very
more of a
like
white
indie, like
indie
you know,
folk
yeah,
music-y
folky
kind of
kind
like
of, yeah,
situation. So I thought that was it was interesting, but it was never something that
like
compelled me to go.
Woodstock.
Yeah, very Woodstock, Lollapalooza type shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's definitely changed. I love that we have TikTok because then you can see that Coachella is not for the weak.
Yeah.
People have gone and waited at 3 o'clock in the morning and not getting in until 9, 10, 11, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then they car camp. So you're spending like $300 to car camp. And people have actual like tents and like they've got the sofa and
Yeah,
they
that's Woodstock.
I can't do all that.
That's Woodstock for
I,
sure.
I'm the type to be like, if I'm gonna be an influencer,
Yeah.
I'd rather do that where I go and then I can leave
Yeah.
because people having to stay
That's pretty
is
wild.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot.
It sounds like Burning Man almost. Like
Yeah,
you know what I
it's a
mean?
lot, and it's hot. It's always every time, every year. It's 100 degrees the 3 days that you have Coachella.
Why are they choosing those days if it's
I
always
don't know.
100
It's
degrees? That's
always
wild.
like
Yeah.
close to Palm Springs, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But they have definitely had amazing lineups. Like T-Pain performed, which is great.
I thought I
I don't
saw
think
like a
he
clip
had
of
the
him spinning on
craziest.
stage or
Yeah,
some shit.
I didn't think I wasn't wowed by his performance.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Huh?
But you know, one thing I love about Coachella is
Are you
that
that big of a T-Pain
I
fan?
love T Pain, but I didn't feel like his performance was like crazy.
Really?
Yeah, not from the clips I got.
What the hell?
But
Huh.
one thing I have to say that I respect about Coachella is that you can do all your old music with Coachella. Like you're not like forced or feel like you have to have new music to be able to perform at Coachella.
I don't think you need a. I don't think it like have you have to time to even have a set list in the first place. So you
Yeah.
just do what you do.
Like Missy Elliott,
Yeah.
she performed as a transformer. I was like, we haven't had any new music from Missy, and I was like, finally. And there's a reason why she took forever to like tour because like she's gonna put on a performance. Like she's gonna have flying spaceships, aliens gonna be at her performance. She gonna be bald and her hair gonna grow back. Like this bitch can do amazing things. So seeing her was like, damn, that was like I would go to Coachella if I knew the lineup.
Mm.
Like if I know the lineup, then I'll go if I really love those people. Like Lady Gaga, I love Lady Gaga, and she performed Alejandro and Judas and all of her old shit, and I
Yeah.
was like, that's the performance I've
That's
been waiting
cool.
for. Like she killed it.
I personally couldn't do it. It's way too much.
Like too many
It's too many
people.
people, too much
Really?
shit, too much stuff.
For the guy who
I
probably
would.
been in a mosh pit.
I've been in plenty. I'm not.
Gross.
I'm also not like the 18-year-old I used to be, where I
Yeah,
could
we
take
know.
an elbow to the face and be okay with it and deliver another. Like
Like who's doing this? Too
I,
much energy.
it was heavy. I would headbang like a motherfucker. I now would much rather go to a show, whether it be a arena or whatever the fucking case, and have a seat, have whatever, and enjoy that one act or the acts that come up.
Hmm.
I'd much rather do the concert thing than the festival thing. It just seems like it's way too much movement and way too much work, and I would be way too exhausted, especially right now.
Yeah,
Especially
like
right now.
with me in general, I've always been this person. I don't like to be at a place longer than like 3-4 hours
Yeah,
because and then I'm ready to go. Like
yeah,
I'm either overstimulated or I'm bored,
yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I think I've seen everything I needed to see.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I feel like in particular when you have the Coachellas and the those ones where you have everybody who comes
Dreamvilles
and
and
all
shit
those,
like that. Yeah.
I want to pick the day where the best artists I want to see.
Oh, I can't really say that now. Now that you're making me think about it, I would go see Flognaw.
I don't know what that is.
That's Tyler the Creator's festival.
Oh, okay.
Him and whoever he brings on his
Yeah.
lineups are usually pretty fucking fire. I would go to Flognaw. I would.
I
I've been the Tyler lover since the beginning.
Yeah, like for me, anything
Loiter Squad.
honestly, I can't be it for too long. I'd be like, I've always been an old person. I'd be like, I'm done. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good.
that's
Even
what.
like trick or treating, I'd be like, oh, I'm 3 hours good.
I
Two
don't want to
hours, an
be
hour.
like the Blackish episode where they go to the thing and they take Molly and then they're the like out there like partying.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to
what
be
you.
that dude.
I would need to.
It would be the only way, but
Yeah,
I still don't want to be that guy. It's like old and fucking.
but they had like that last day. They had great lineups. They DJ Mustard,
I
and
must
he
have.
had fucking Big Sean. He had Roddy Rich.
That
Like
makes
I
sense.
was like, yes,
Oh, that ain't bad. It's
yes
not a
for a
bad lineup,
lineup.
but I would totally go see those three at a concert in LA together. You know what I mean? If they did that type of shit,
I
I
think
would go
that's why
see that.
people like things like Dreamville, Coachella.
Yeah, of course.
What is the thing we have out here?
What is it? Love is Beautiful or some shit like that? Or Life is
Lovers and Friends.
Beautiful? Life is Beautiful and Love is a Friends.
Lovers and Friends is what I was thinking about because
Okay.
you have 50 artists and
And
you can see them all in
EDC.
one. Yeah, you can see them
There's
all in one.
tons of them that
I
come
don't
out here.
know who would be at EDC. I don't think nobody I would like would be at EDC.
Oh, I love electronic music, so
I
there
don't
would be
mind
plenty of
electronic, but I
people.
don't know anybody specific.
Oh,
You
man,
know.
plenty of people. Plenty of people
So
I know.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going for what?
If
For who?
if Dead Life had a set, if Lock In had a set, if Justice had a set, I would go. I would go. If there's a few of them that it was like, oh my god, this happens to be the most perfect list of people on, I would go. Yeah,
You know
for
what's
sure.
so funny? I had posted a short about like us talking about the Billboard Top 25 female,
Yeah,
and
word.
people were like clutching their pearls that I didn't know who Rhapsody was.
Good. I'm glad the internet put their foot on that.
Listen, it's okay. I'm not gonna act like I know everybody's shoes. Just don't shame me for not knowing.
It's more
God
shame
damn.
on me because of the fact that since I'm
You're
such a
a
hip
hip-hop
hop historian, you
historian.
should know it already.
Exactly.
You should know it already. But also,
You think
you
you know
don't.
somebody?
I don't see you groove to hip hop whatsoever. If you in the car with the hippity hops, It's
That's
statue.
a lie. The pits of hell. That's a lie. I listen to a lot of fucking rap.
Big Sean.
That's not
And Nicki
true.
Minaj.
That's not true.
Okay.
I have a lot. You want to look at my Apple
No, I
Music
don't. I don't. I don't. We ain't gotta go there.
with Hamilton?
Yeah, yeah, with hell, rap,
They be
y'all.
rapping.
That's rap, y'all.
No, I listen to a lot of. Don't do that because what I feel like you're doing is playing on my top, and that's not what you're about to be fucking doing.
Right for your head top, man.
Right, a hot fucking mess. Um. Oh, you know what I want to tell you?
Huh.
I found out a couple days ago.
What?
So this is coming through Martin Lawrence production. They're doing a spinoff called The Varnell Show. The Varnell Hill Show.
Oh
Did you
no,
miss
shit.
me?
That's crazy.
With
Really? Is
Tommy?
Tommy Davidson really gonna be?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's gonna be so
That's genius.
good.
I'm down for that. I am down for that.
Yes, they're doing the spinoff, and I mean, I would love to see if Martin's gonna be like making cameos
Yeah.
and what the Varnell show is gonna supposed to be looking like.
That's gonna be dope. Whatever it is, it's gonna have to be funny, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be more of a.
Tommy Davidson is
He's a
very
killer.
funny. He's
He's
so
a
funny.
fucking killer.
Yeah.
He's so underrated. It's ridiculous.
You know, I found out he did an interview and he said that his mom was white
Yeah.
because he was adopted. Like
Mhm.
I think they found he was like dumpster baby.
Yeah.
I was that's crazy.
He said it on I think Big Boy. Or
Yeah, it
something
was like
that.
an
Yeah.
interview he
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
I was like, oh wow, you don't know, like
That's nuts.
yeah.
I mean, but you know, from that type of tragedy comes comedy, and that nigga is
I would like. I
a
think
gold mine.
I would forever be like praising the Wayne brothers more so Damon and
Keenan or
Keenan.
Keenan.
Keenan. Yeah, not
I always
Keenan.
get
Not
it
raising
wrong.
Canaan.
I get it wrong all the time.
Keenan.
Yeah. Keenan. Yeah.
Because of them really looking for like bringing like raw talent. Like Damon Wayne's brung Jim Carrey because they
Of
used
course.
to do stand up together.
Yeah.
So it's like they're bringing. It's just amazing. We would have. I'm not saying we wouldn't have known these people, but I think things happen in the universe aligns where
It needs to.
they do this, they move this way, and they become big.
Yeah, it moves where it needs to. It's a moments that are serendipitous in nature.
Yeah.
And that's when magic happens for
Yeah.
sure. Speaking of Martin Lawrence, I got something real quick for you. His counterpart, Mr. Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he dropped his album.
Okay, yeah. So, did you listen to it? Because I haven't listened to it. How it sound?
It's
It's not good.
it's
Oh, he's been rapping late. I think I'm gonna be honest. Jaden Smith has made him step back and be like, "Oh, I have to rap." And of course, it's like I guess if you think deeper into it, I think Charlamagne has made Jaden Smith rap. So in turn, they should be thanking the Breakfast Club. But Will Smith, like he to me seemed like more as he got older, more like rappy rap. Like he was having some bars. So the album wasn't.
He's got bars when he's doing his like
Little-
lyrical lemonade run
yeah.
and on the
So it
mic run and
wasn't-
shit. But the album is just not. It's very preachy. Like there's a few joints on there where I'm like, oh,
I know he did like
he's
Kurt
got
Franklin,
some
I think.
he's got some bars on here,
Yeah.
or whatever. But the latter half of that album is a lot more preachy than I would want. Like,
You don't like Christian rap?
I mean, no,
Is that what is the
Lecrae is one of the best, and so is D1.
Is that what is giving?
But it's not giving Christian rap.
Oh,
It
it's
just
just like-
feels very preachy without.
Like God in it? 'Cause,
No,
you
it
know,
does
they're kinda
have got it.
Scientology.
It's a weird amalgamation of like hip hop and gospel and like Will Smith. I don't know if he gave it his all. It doesn't feel like it's him. It feels very artificial to me. And when I look at like lyrical lemonade and like his shit that he's been doing lately on his press runs or even on the streams, and when he's rapping, and I'm like, why did I get like a few songs of that in the beginning of the album and not the rest of the album?
Who was featured on? Did he end up having Tiana Taylor and like Doechii
I think she is on there. I think they are on there.
Okay.
But I can't even remember. It's been a few days since I had spun it because I spun it one and a half times. When I got to the halfway point, I was like, all right, I'm done with the album because I don't need to go to the other stuff. It just
You
wasn't
wanted
engaging.
to be like Big Willie style? Is that
No.
what you wanted?
If I would have
Don't lie.
got
Don't lie.
no,
You
if I
wanted
would have
Wild Wild
got
West?
if I would have got Lost and Found, if I'd have got his album Lost and Found is fire,
Really?
fire,
I only got that one song.
fire ass album, like bar for bar. He was on there. If I would have got that type of feel, and I feel like I don't know Sonics. There's just something that isn't clicking with this album. Based on the true story
you.
is cool for me, But I've also saw that it is not selling real well at all.
Well, because when the niggas get older,
LL Cool J is older. He dropped last year, and a lot of people praised The Force.
but how what did it
Praised The
sell
Force.
though?
It sold good
Really?
for LL Cool J at this moment in time. Like right
We're not
now,
talking about that. We're talking about on average a
uh,
rapper selling a
what
fucking
I'm
album.
saying, okay, so since hip hop is just turning 50, we just got to the point where we can see like the real true benefits of like elder statesman rappers
Mhm.
doing work still.
Yeah.
And if Common and Pete Rock coming out with Heat the last 2 years, if LL Cool J is coming out with Heat, and who else dropped who
Did you
dropped an
really
album?
expect that when you compare? And I'm comparing Will Smith to LL Cool J. Who would you ever pick in, just in general? Like if you take it back to 2000, who was you picking as your rapper if you had to pick between LL Cool J and Will Smith?
Me personally,
Who are you picking?
LL Cool J.
Exactly.
Yes. But
So
you
Will Smith,
look at your competition. He's also Big Willie. It doesn't really matter.
he's Big Willie in the box office.
Yeah, but he was also in the songs back in that year. If you're placing him in that era, he was
I'm
still that guy with all the songs. With all the songs, they were
going
hip hop hits.
straight to the Wild Wild
Made
West
him a lot of money. Made a lot of niggas a lot of money. Sold a lot
compared
of
to
records.
compared to
Sold a lot
like
of
Hey
records.
Lover, like no, we're
Yet
not gonna
it
do
sold a
this.
lot more than that.
But for a movie, it's never
I
like it's
get it.
never
That's
really
what I'm
been.
saying. That's what I'm saying. If I would have got the Lost and Found version and
Yeah.
not the Big Willie, because you said Big Willie, and I'm like, no, nobody wants. It's if I got Lost and Found where he was able to like cuss a little on a record, where he opened up a little more, like he let himself like actually rap and not like held back. I feel like he held back on this album.
Honestly, I don't mind going back to what you know because honestly, now hearing him trying to cuss in rap is like, why? What are you doing?
No, he needs to. He
He,
needs to.
but all these years talking your shit, and even when you are doing like Eminem and shit,
We watched this man
you
smack
might as
the
well.
fuck out of somebody. We know it's in there. Now at
I
this
don't
point, let
believe
it
it.
out. Put it on the record. Put it on wax. If I
I don't
heard a
believe
lot
him.
more of a gritty Will Smith, I would have enjoyed the album a little more.
Would it feel unauthentic
No,
for it to
I
for
don't
him
think
to be
so.
like
I
that?
don't think so because we watched him almost level Chris Rock, so
But
we know it's in him.
his whole rap career was not cussing. Why are we
That's
changing the
fine.
game
The
at 50
game
some
has
years
changed
old?
completely, and he's no
He's
longer.
not in the
We
game.
already know he's no longer that version of Will Smith. We saw it. We saw the goody, the good version or whatever like positive
Yeah.
mindset or whatever you had on Will. We saw that die with keep my wife's name out your
So
fucking mouth.
are we literally doing the wrestling version of Will Smith where he's now the heel, like he's
I don't
NWO,
I don't
whatever
think
the
it's
fuck that was?
kayfabe and he's heel. That's funny and that
It
good
has a fucking
comparison.
beard now that's like
Fucking
painted
solid
on. I'm
comparison.
just saying,
It's
like,
it's not kayfabe and he's not turning into a heel. But okay, I'll say this. He mentioned he talked to Kendrick before he was releasing this album, and he said, "Hey Kendrick,
what?
let me get some advice." He said, "I want advice because it's been a while since he dropped anything, and it has been a long time." And Kendrick said, "Be authentic, be yourself,
Yeah.
and just put it on wax." And what we got was not that. I feel because when I go look at him rap on the other the freestyle and lyrical lemonade, I keep bringing that shit up because it was really good. Like he was really rapping. Why didn't I get that on here? Is it record label shit? Or did you just not? Did you have an A&R? Like, what do
I
you
don't think so.
need?
He has so much money, like he can just drop it. He could just drop it without like a record label. Even
I looked in that post. I think the post said it sold like 256 copies, and I was
what?
like,
I thought it was more. I thought you were gonna
listening
say
to it, I was like,
thousands.
that makes a little sense to me. If that's the real number, it make a little sense to me. Like he's stepping in the game where LL Cool J can put out something that is crazy. That intro song again about the shooter is nuts, but the way he is rapping is
Cause
what?
LL Cool J always rap like that though. Let's
I
be
wouldn't say always.
honest.
There was a lot of he had the skill. He didn't always give it unless he was threatened. There's
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
knock you
listen,
out, and mom
but the
said knock
thing
you out
is
and
that
shit.
we always knew it.
Yeah,
Like he might give you lover,
that's true.
ladies
That's true.
love, and then he'll do that
Yeah.
head sprung and stuff like that. but you always knew it.
He had
We
bars.
didn't
He
know
went up
it with
against
Will.
cannabis and
Yeah,
shit.
we
I
didn't
know.
know it with Will Smith, so
Yeah.
it's a little hard for people to take that is in his age range that listen to him and bought those copies
Yeah.
because they're expecting the Fresh Prince, they're expecting Big Willie style, all that. That's what they were expecting.
That's
This
a
had
bad
nothing to do with any
expectation.
of us
That's a bad
because
expectation.
that was whoever bought it were the people who've been buying it.
I
So they
guess
didn't like it, and you have to always kind of feed into your fan base that's always been there. I think
I,
always go back to what
if
you
you try
know.
something different, I'm not mad at
I'm
it.
not mad either.
But I would want him to really rap. And I didn't get, I felt like it was inauthentic still. I still think that there's like a little bit of Will Smith hiding like he still has been for the last few years. And I mean, not because of the incident, but we're still not getting the full blown Will Smith himself on the raps. I don't
I don't know
think we're
what you
getting that.
want from him. From what some people say, the real Will Smith is some Diddy shit.
I hope not.
I hope not
But
either.
I want him to rap. That's what I want. When I hear people put bars on wax and I feel something, it's good. I felt nothing. I
I
was
want to
bored.
listen. I do love Will Smith.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been easy to come into limelight during COVID, have all the backlash, and then you have old friends and stuff talking about abuse,
Yeah.
and then you kind of show it during the Oscars because people
Yeah.
have said things about abuse with Jada,
Mm.
and people have said allegations as
Of
well.
course. Of course.
So I think that it's a lot of noise going on.
Mm.
So he's trying to put it out, but there's something like you said that's holding him back because
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to show his real self. I think he's felt really good with hiding and being very just like Beyonce. Like somehow with her music, people feel like they know her. But then I think we're coming around the time where we're like, girl, if you don't start showing your face, it feels very fraudulent. It's
Yeah.
gonna start
That's
feeling very
fair.
fraudulent.
That's fair. There's still a lot more we don't know. I wish he would display
Hmm.
on his side of things if he still continues to rap. With how sales look, I don't know. I might hang up my mic. You know what I
I
mean if that was the
I
case,
think he
but
wants to rap now because we ain't really seen no movies.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because when he did movies, he could rap on the soundtrack and everybody loved it and it
yeah.
was catchy. But now it's like he has to do one of the other little keys.
Rap's a different game now.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It's not for young people because we're aging with rap itself.
Hmm.
But I will say that if you're older in the rap game, you got to come with the A game. You have to come with the A
I think
game.
what was happening too is that you definitely had a spectrum of different things,
Mm.
and I feel like you have to be put in one little box or two boxes nowadays. So now he's trying to fit in whatever box that people are saying that you have to be in, and we're used to him doing him, and it works for him. It
That's
worked.
fair. That's
We're
fair.
fine with him not cussing and
DM,
and dancing in a suit with the aliens
DMX would preach on an album, but he was still hard. You know what I'm saying? He would still preach
yeah,
to me on an album, but it was still
because he was
hard.
yelling at you.
Like it was authentic still. If he could do that, I'd be good with it.
DMX could not really last nowadays because think about all the old stuff and him talking about him using the F word and then talking about downloads. You know how sensitive they is
he
nowadays.
nah, he would still have it.
I don't think so.
DMX would still
He
be
well
able
he
to
have it, but he can't talk the way
do it. He,
when he was on Swiss Beats
hey,
and those first couple.
wordsmiths can still work it
Those
out,
first
bro.
three albums was rough.
I
I've
mean,
been listening to them while I've been like working out. I'm like, whew, like, damn, I might want to turn the volume down, but this shit gangster as fuck.
this ain't real PC at all.
It could never work. But I don't know, DMX, he could, if he was still alive, he could make it work if he did do certain things. Because that man was telling you how it was. He was like, listen, I don't play no of those
We still
homo
got people
games.
who tell you how it is. People are sensitive.
But
Fucking
they
get
just,
over it.
there were certain, you listen to some stuff on DMX and you
Yeah.
be like, yeah, I don't think you can say that,
I
player.
will proudly turn up DMX or even Eminem and have them scream out whatever old Eminem words you know what I'm talking about and turn it up and be like, fuck it.
Well, that's
It's
because that's what we grew up on. We
yeah,
grew up on it, so it's just like it was different times. Don't
different
make it
times.
right though. I'll be
It
honest.
don't make it right, but if maggot rhymes with
Nope, absolutely not. I changed with my times.
We gonna have to make something work.
That's what I say. Don't.
That's funny, man.
Well, do you have any last words, Winston, before we head out for Easter weekend? Oh, I do want to say something, you guys. I'm not getting promoted to say this. I'm not getting any money or ads, but if you have a chance, I think at least twice this weekend, you guys need to go see Sinners. It is out
Brother.
today with Michael Jordan. So please, please, please go support and go see Sinners at least 3 times this
Damn, you
weekend.
said 2 earlier.
At least 5 times
This is ridiculous.
this week.
What the
Go
fuck?
see Sinners. I'm gonna see it at least twice this weekend, and I'll probably wait until next weekend to see it for a third
Is that
time.
logo in the corner? What is that?
Sinners out April April 18th. Go see my man do his thing.
Shit.
Vampires.
I hope it's gonna be good.
I
hope
think
gonna be
it's
good.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's awesome.
It's,
I honestly have not watched anything. Didn't never watch a trailer.
it's
Haven't
so
watched
much.
anything.
But Michael B. Jordan doesn't post a lot.
Mm.
God damn, when he doing a press run, though, I'd be like, at this point, every time I go on Instagram, I saw a C, and I'm like, I love you so
That's
much.
good marketing. That's good marketing.
I'm like, God damn. And that's obviously good marketing if they know he don't put, and then they have him like boom, boom, like 10 times a day, 15.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
I've been seeing a lot of Mission Impossible stuff, so I can't
I
wait.
ain't seen none of that.
I mean, your algorithm is your algorithm. Mine is mine. So
Yeah, I got the nice algorithm. But yo, you guys go see Sinners. It's out now. Let's go see it at least 6 times this
Jesus
weekend.
fucking Christ, lady.
But anyways,
You know, like we in a constitutional crisis, right?
I don't give a goddamn. You better pay your little $23, 24, depending on where you live, for IMAX.
Make sure it's an IMAX.
Right. All right. Well, was there anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, man. You know, enjoy your weekend. Happy Easter.
Now, remember, you guys, we do drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, and we're on YouTube on Sunday at Ideally Dope Pod. So, like, subscribe, and hit the bell button.
Share them shits.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.